Welcome back to Emotional Mojo. The world of dating. Whether you've never been married, you're recently single, or maybe you just want to test the waters, it can be exhausting, but online dating can be dangerous as well. So many people are turning to matchmakers now because it may be a better option. So joining us to talk about that is certified life coach and matchmaker, Dr. Nancy Wall. Dr. Nancy, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So it's funny because matchmakers, you know, they've been around for centuries. When we think of them, a classic movie tends to come to mind. Check this out, you guys.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Fiddler on the Roof. Is it like that? Do people come to you and they're like, please find me somebody?
Find me a find.
They sing to you first? Yeah.
Yes, no, people are really looking for help. They really have gotten to the point, a lot of them, where they want help in this very, very important decision of their lives.
And it's funny because we mentioned online dating, and it has opened up so many great opportunities for success, but a lot of opportunities for dishonesty, there's scams, potential danger. So what are those dangers, and how is a matchmaker different from that process?
Anyone can go online.
Yeah.
Being a certified life coach and matchmaker, I put the person back in the process.
And how do you do that?
Yeah, how does it work? Oh, the single ladies.
Single ladies, raise your hand. Okay.
I actually sit down with each person to get to know that person, because I don't think a profile and a picture do anyone justice. Who are you really?
Right.
So I really sit down and get to know my clients. And knowing the clients, I can do a better job matching them.
You know, I know a lot of the online services, they use personality assessments. What do you think about personality assessments, and how do you kind of, you know, I'm going to guess you have your own
way of doing that.
A lot of it is just intuition,
Sure.
a feel, knowing somebody. And
Sure.
this was how it was successful in the past. And so I went back to the basics.
Okay.
A computer cannot do the job of a person.
Were you always that person who tended to set people up before you even did this as a career? You know what I mean? There's always that
Yes.
person, you know?
That friend.
Love helping people, love
Yeah.
connecting people, whether it be through business or relationships. And so, yes, I have them.
Okay, I got a question.
Sure.
Does love at first sight exist? Do
You know, I think you can look at someone and get that, ooh, what a good-looking guy, or
Yeah.
what a nice-looking woman. So I think you can feel that, but love, the true essence of love, really develops over time.
I think you can have lust at first sight that develops into love.
That's true, too.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What are specifically some of the scams and the dangers you think we need to be aware of when we're joining a dating site?
Anyone can join a site. There's really no filters.
So you were saying, like, even married guys and, you know,
Yeah, what's some
crazy
examples?
guys.
Married people, scammers. You can also say whatever you want online.
So
You
are
can-
there
Right,
red
so you-
flags then to look for when I'm starting to talk to somebody online? What would be some things that would make me, okay, maybe something's not right here?
You have to be very, very, very careful. It's almost like a full-time job. You have to really listen to what the other person's saying, read the words, really understand what that person's about. The pictures are not always accurate. What they're saying a lot of times is what they think the other person wants to hear,
Sure.
as opposed to what really is.
Well, I think with modern technology now, you know, we were saying in the break, I mean, if you don't Skype or FaceTime or like talk to someone video chat wise
Yeah.
before you go out with them, you're crazy, right? I mean, you
I
want to
think
be able
so.
to see them in person before you actually then go out on a date with them.
Depends on the age range, too. That's a lot
Okay.
more comfortable for some people. And also, what's to stop someone from getting someone else into the technology and it not being that person, or the
That's true,
movie Hitch, you know, when someone's actually feeding the words to the person,
Sure.
and it's
Right.
really not the essence. So you really have to sit across the table from somebody to really understand who they
So
are.
I do have a question. I'm single.
Yes.
And so if I wanted your services, what would be the steps to do that?
We
Or
would
to-
schedule a complimentary consultation
Okay.
over coffee. Just sit down, chat like old friends, so I can really get to know you, what's worked for you in the past, what
Okay.
hasn't, what you're really looking for, and how I can help you reach your success.
And then you also have men who come to you the same way, and then you tend to match them up same way like an online dating site would be, but you're doing it in person.
In person, yeah.
Have you seen Millionaire Matchmaker on TV?
Once or twice I have.
They're mean, I'm sorry. Is it really like that with most matchmakers? I mean, they really put people on the spot there. You know, they tell it like it is, but sometimes you have to be real with people. Why you aren't finding a date, you know?
Well, it's made for
And what you're
TV,
doing wrong.
and as a life coach, what I try to do is have the person come up with the answers. What is holding you back? Why do you
Okay.
think you're having trouble dating? And also what we do is with our company, with Tampa Bay Matchmakers, after each meeting, we get feedback from the man and the woman and then we share that feedback.
See, that's key, because I think a lot of times if a date goes bad, you never know why. How are you going to
Yeah.
change or correct
Right.
it, you know?
And I want people to know sometimes there just isn't that chemistry.
Yeah.
But as long as you've come across genuinely and authentically as you are, then that's fine.
So do you feel like this intense pressure to have them actually make it work? Like that would
That's
be
your
so
job.
high pressure to me.
No, because I want it to be for long run.
Okay.
You know, it can be for, you know, a night, for a week, whatever,
Yeah.
but I'm really looking for long-term
For that
goals to help
long-term
people.
match.
And that's who my clients, what my clients
Right.
are looking for too.
What makes a good match then? You know, you hear people say opposites attract. Is that true? Do you think you need that?
You know what? I don't think it's about that. I think it's about your goals, your values, your traditions, what's really key, what you're made
Your
of.
core beliefs.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big deal, definitely. Do you have any success stories? You want to share any favorites?
I have a lot of success stories. I have people having their second children together. I have people who really felt that they were never going to find anybody.
Yeah.
And I feel very honored that I can introduce them to people that they wouldn't have met through other means.
I love that. So where can people go for some info then on the company?
You can visit my website, www.tampabaymatchmakers.com, or call me directly at area code 813-907-0410.
Love it.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have a question from a viewer, and we thought it's kind of along these lines, so maybe you could chime in and help us out. So it's our second problem solver for today. It says, I've been in a relationship for over 2 years with the same guy. For the last 8 months, we've been having issues. I've seen inappropriate things online of him talking to other females. He always has a reason behind it and swears he loves me and wants to be with me forever. Well, now I'm almost 6 months pregnant, and I don't know if it's just the baby or if he really wants a future with me. Anonymous. There's a lot coming into play here. It's not
Lot
just
in
the
there.
online aspect. What do you guys think?
Right. Well, that happens sometimes when the woman gets pregnant, and obviously they're not married
Yeah.
from her. You know, so maybe he feels like, okay, if I'm going to do anything, this is my time to stray. I don't know. Before
Yeah.
the baby comes.
Ouch.
What do you think?
Hey, that's what I
Hurts.
thought when I read it.
Definitely there's some commitment issues there, but she's going to have to really take a long, hard look at this.
She didn't say what kind
Have that
of
conversation.
interaction with women online, too. You know, like
Yeah.
what if he's just got friends of the opposite sex?
Well, you know, it's, but still.
But if she's suspicious, then there's probably
Go,
more.
I always say go with the gut. But again, what we do know is even in divorces, I don't know if you know this, but social media is coming up a lot based on some of the attorneys who are talking about divorce.
What do you think about
I
this?
think it goes down to respect and communications. The couple, the man and the woman, really need to sit down and have a heart-to-heart.
Yeah.
And she needs to let him know about how it's bothering her, this communications with the other female,
Gotta do
and
it. You
what's
can't just
going
sit on
on.
it.
Because without that, you really don't have a relationship,
And
whether
not just
there's a child or not.
accuse, but say, you know,
Right.
this
Here's
is how I
what I
feel.
feel.
Let's get this.
Here's what you guys had to say on our Facebook page. Judy says, go with your gut feeling. I think she meant gut instead of guy. It usually is true. If he's talking to other women online or keeping in touch with other women, he's not mature enough to be in a relationship. Stay strong. And Joe says, well, I suggest you read up on prenatal or prenatal psychology and the stress factors involved as well as hormonal changes. You might be overreacting, but his support is important, and like it or not, some guys get creeped out over that bump, and he may just be deflecting psychologically at his end. Wouldn't hurt to go to someone if you could afford it, or to a minister, rabbi, etc. if you do go to church. Thanks
I
for
like that
chiming
advice.
in, you guys. Yeah, you can go to our Facebook page and help solve people's problems. We're Emotional Mojo. You can also call and leave an anonymous message as well at 650-51-MOJO3. Thank you again, Dr. Nancy, for joining us.
you.
You guys don't go anywhere. When we return, you had to see this. It's another emotional baby gone viral. We'll listen and watch this little one's heartfelt response to her parents' wedding video when we return.